Welcome to Stoic Share. Thank you for stopping by our channel, where we explore and embrace the timeless wisdom of Stoicism to navigate modern life. If you've been searching for a way to find inner peace, build resilience, and live with integrity, then you've come to the right place. Stoicism isn't just a set of ancient teachings from long-gone philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus. It's a practical way of living, one that encourages us to face life's challenges with courage, calm, and clarity. Whether you're looking for ways to handle stress, improve your mindset, or simply lead a more intentional life, Stoicism has something valuable to offer. Here at Stoic Share, we believe that the principles of Stoicism aren't meant to sit in dusty old books, they're tools we can use in our everyday lives. Through this channel, we'll dive deep into Stoic philosophy, sharing ideas and practices that can help you stay steady in the face of uncertainty, make thoughtful decisions, and live in alignment with your values. Our journey together is about more than learning, it's about action. The Stoics taught that virtue isn't something you think about, it's something you live out, moment by moment. We'll explore ways to bring Stoic principles into your daily life, from the smallest habits to the biggest decisions. If this resonates with you, we'd love for you to join our growing community. Don't forget to hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and click subscribe so you never miss an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser with us. Thank you for being here. Now, let's embark on this journey together and see how Stoic philosophy can transform the way we live. 1. How they treat people who can't help them. The way we treat people who hold no power over us, those who can offer us nothing in return, is one of the clearest reflections of our true character. Whether it's the barista making your coffee, a janitor cleaning the office, or a stranger passing by on the street, these moments offer a window into the kind of person we really are. Stoic philosophy teaches us to value these small, unguarded interactions because they reveal our most genuine selves. Seneca once said that true virtue is not about grand gestures or public recognition, it's about the quiet, consistent practice of kindness and humility, even when no one is watching. Think about it. If someone treats their boss or an influential figure with respect but turns around and speaks rudely to a waiter, what does that say? It doesn't matter how polished or charming they seem on the surface. Stoicism reminds us that such behavior exposes a lack of true moral grounding. They are kind only when it benefits them, not because it is the right thing to do. What kindness really means. Kindness is not a transaction. It's not about being polite only to those who can further your career, improve your status, or give you something tangible in return. True kindness, as the Stoics understood it, is rooted in an understanding that all people deserve respect simply because they are human. Imagine a situation where you encounter a struggling server at a restaurant. They forget your order or mix something up. Many would react with frustration or impatience. But a Stoic would see this as an opportunity to exercise patience, understanding, and grace. Why? Because the server is trying their best, and our reaction is not about them, it's about who we want to be. The ripple effect of small acts. A simple smile, a thank you, or even a moment of genuine interest can mean more to someone than we realize. Small acts of kindness and humility are not just fleeting gestures, they are the seeds that grow into a more compassionate world. The Stoics believe that these everyday interactions are where our values truly come to life. Epictetus often reminded his students that our choices, no matter how small, define us. Holding open a door for someone, making eye contact with a stranger, or showing patience when things don't go as planned, these choices are not insignificant. They are reflections of our discipline and character. Why it matters to us, too. Interestingly, treating others well, even those who can't help us, isn't just about them. It's also about maintaining our own integrity and peace of mind. When we act with kindness, we align ourselves with the virtues that Stoics hold dear: justice, humility, and wisdom. On the other hand, rudeness or indifference, especially to those who can't retaliate or defend themselves, weakens our character. As Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, the best revenge is not to be like them. In other words, regardless of how others behave, we must hold ourselves to higher standards. Practical steps to cultivate this virtue. If you're wondering how to incorporate this principle into your daily life, start with mindfulness. Pay attention to the people around you, the ones often overlooked. When you interact with a cashier, a cleaner, or a delivery worker, ask yourself, am I treating them with the respect they deserve? Another practice is gratitude. Recognize the effort these individuals put in to make our lives easier, even in small ways. Acknowledge their humanity through simple acts of decency, such as saying, thank you, or offering a kind word. Lastly, remind yourself that every encounter is a chance to grow. Each moment we choose kindness over indifference, we strengthen our ability to act in alignment with our values. In the end, how we treat people who can do nothing for us is not about them, it's about us. It's about living a life of principle, not pretense. Stoicism invites us to approach every interaction with humility, empathy, and integrity. These small moments, though seemingly insignificant, are where our character is truly shaped. As you go about your day, remember, the simplest gestures often carry the greatest meaning. After all, virtue is not something we put on display for the world to see, it's what we practice, quietly and consistently, in every interaction. 2. How they handle minor inconveniences. Life has a way of throwing small challenges at us, getting stuck in traffic, experiencing delays, or facing unexpected errors in our day-to-day tasks. These moments may seem insignificant, but they hold great potential to test our emotional resilience and self-control. Stoicism teaches us that how we react to these minor inconveniences reveals far more about our character than we might expect. Imagine a typical scenario: you're waiting in line for your morning coffee, but the barista is overwhelmed, and your order is taking longer than usual. Some people may become impatient, mutter complaints under their breath, or even snap at the staff. On the surface, it's just a bad morning. But Stoicism prompts us to look deeper and ask, what does this reaction say about our emotional state? The Stoic perspective on small frustrations. Stoics like Epictetus believe that we do not have control over external events, but we always have control over our reactions. Being stuck in traffic doesn't ruin your day, it's your frustration and anger that do. Errors and delays are neutral events, they're neither good nor bad until we assign them emotional weight. In fact, Marcus Aurelius advised, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. A constructive response to these everyday frustrations is what separates a strong, disciplined mind from an immature one. Calm reactions demonstrate inner resilience, while emotional outbursts often signal a lack of self-control. Stoicism encourages us to approach inconveniences with logic and patience, recognizing that our emotions are often disproportionate to the situation. Turning problems into practice. From a Stoic viewpoint, minor challenges are opportunities to train the mind. A delayed bus or a slow internet connection might irritate us, but these moments are perfect for practicing patience. Instead of stewing in negativity, we can pause, take a breath, and ask ourselves, what can I control in this situation? Let's say your flight is delayed. Instead of wasting energy complaining about something that can't be changed, use the time to read a book, catch up on emails, or simply enjoy a moment of stillness. By redirecting your focus, you transform frustration into productivity, and this shift helps you build emotional resilience over time. The impact of calm reactions. Calm responses not only benefit us personally but also influence those around us. Imagine witnessing two people stuck in the same traffic jam. One is honking aggressively and fuming with anger, while the other remains composed, perhaps even humming to a song on the radio. Who would you prefer to spend time with? Who radiates strength and self-control? When we handle minor inconveniences with grace, we inspire others to do the same. This ripple effect aligns perfectly with Stoic virtues, encouraging a more harmonious and thoughtful way of living. Practical ways to apply this principle. 1. Pause before reacting. When something goes wrong, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath and allow your mind to settle before responding emotionally. This simple act creates space for rational thought. 2. Reframe the situation. Ask yourself, is this inconvenience truly as bad as it feels? Often, we inflate minor problems into major annoyances. Stoicism helps us see them for what they are, temporary and insignificant. 3. Focus on what you can control. If an error has occurred, focus on solving it instead of dwelling on the frustration. Redirect your energy toward constructive action rather than unnecessary emotional spiraling. 4. Use the time wisely, waiting for a delayed train. Take out your notebook and jot down ideas, or simply practice gratitude for the moments you have. This shift transforms waiting into an opportunity. What poor reactions reveal. Finally, Stoicism encourages us to reflect on why minor inconveniences bother us so much. Often, it's not the inconvenience itself but our underlying expectations that create frustration. We expect everything to work seamlessly, and when it doesn't, we feel like the universe is conspiring against us. This mindset betrays emotional immaturity and a lack of adaptability. Instead, embracing small frustrations as part of life, no more, no less, strengthens our ability to handle larger challenges in the future. Handling minor inconveniences isn't just about staying calm in the moment, it's about building a mind that can weather life's ups and downs without being easily shaken. Next time you're faced with a small frustration, see it as a Stoic exercise, a chance to practice patience, mindfulness, and resilience. After all, as Marcus Aurelius taught us, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Minor inconveniences are not obstacles, they are opportunities to grow. 3. How they manage time and commitments. Time is one of the most valuable resources we have, finite and irreplaceable. How someone treats their own time, as well as the time of others, is a strong indicator of their character. Stoicism teaches us to respect time as a form of discipline, empathy, and integrity. Picture this scenario: you're meeting someone for lunch at noon, but they arrive 30 minutes late without any explanation. Or imagine a colleague who misses deadlines repeatedly, despite agreeing to them. These instances, though common, reflect deeper traits about a person. A lack of respect for time often signals selfishness or an inability to consider how their actions impact others. The Stoic perspective on time. The Stoics believe that time is a gift. Once spent, it cannot be reclaimed. Marcus Aurelius emphasized this in his writings, urging us not to squander time on trivial matters or distractions. Instead, we should use it wisely, focusing on actions and commitments that align with our values. When someone consistently honors their commitments and manages their time well, it reflects a strong sense of discipline. They understand that being reliable isn't just about meeting expectations, it's about demonstrating respect for themselves and those around them. Reliability and punctuality show that a person values not only their own life but also the lives of others. What punctuality and accountability reveal. Being punctual isn't just a practical habit, it's a sign of thoughtfulness. When we show up on time, we communicate that we respect the time and efforts of the people we are meeting. Accountability goes hand in hand with this. When someone consistently fulfills their promises, big or small, they build trust and strengthen their relationships. Consider a leader who always arrives on time and sticks to their commitments. Their actions inspire confidence and demonstrate integrity. In contrast, a person who frequently arrives late or fails to follow through on promises may come across as indifferent or unreliable. This not only affects their reputation but also undermines their relationships. Stoic strategies for managing time. The Stoics viewed time management as more than a skill, it's a way to live with intention. Here are a few practical ways we can align our actions with Stoic principles. 1. Prioritize commitments. Epictetus taught that we must focus on what truly matters. Before making promises or scheduling tasks, take a moment to assess whether they align with your values. Avoid committing to things you know you can't deliver. 2. Plan ahead. While we can't control every external event, we can prepare to manage our time effectively. For example, leaving early for appointments reduces stress and ensures punctuality. Planning ahead signals respect for others' time as well as your own. 3. Communicate honestly. If something unexpected happens and you can't fulfill a commitment, be transparent and take responsibility. An honest explanation shows maturity and empathy, even if the situation doesn't go as planned. 4. Reflect regularly. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on how he spent his day, asking himself if his actions were meaningful. You can do the same. Evaluate how you're using your time and identify areas for improvement. The impact of disrespecting time. Failing to respect time and commitments doesn't only inconvenience others, it also reveals a lack of consideration and self-discipline. If someone repeatedly breaks promises or shows up late, it creates frustration and erodes trust. Stoicism reminds us that these behaviors have a ripple effect, influencing not just individual relationships but the broader community we interact with. On a deeper level, wasting time is also a loss for the person who does it. Time spent procrastinating, overcommitting, or failing to plan is time that could have been used for growth, connection, or meaningful work. Marcus Aurelius once warned, "You could leave life right now." Let that determine what you do and say and think. Time is precious, and failing to honor it limits what we can achieve in our lives. Building a Stoic mindset around time. Respecting time and commitments is more than a responsibility, it's an opportunity to cultivate discipline, empathy, and trustworthiness. By managing our time thoughtfully and living up to our promises, we strengthen our character and improve the relationships around us. The next time you're faced with a decision about how to spend your time or whether to commit to something, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, am I honoring my values and respecting others? With this mindset, you'll not only make better choices but also lead a life rooted in integrity and purpose. Stoicism teaches us that time is a reflection of our character. Use it wisely, honor your commitments, and treat it with the respect it deserves. In doing so, you align yourself with the virtues that define a meaningful life. 4. What they do when no one is watching. True character is not revealed in public displays or grand gestures but in private actions, the things we do when there is no one around to applaud or judge. Stoicism teaches us that virtue is not about seeking recognition, it is about living in alignment with our values, regardless of whether anyone is watching. Imagine a simple, everyday situation. You've just finished unloading your groceries, and the shopping cart is left near your car. Do you return it to the designated area, or do you leave it in the parking lot, reasoning that someone else will take care of it? This small, seemingly insignificant moment is actually a profound test of integrity. Stoicism reminds us that such choices define who we are, even though the world may never know what we did. The Stoic perspective on private actions. Epictetus often emphasized that character is built in the private moments when we face no external pressure to act morally. He taught that our conscience is the ultimate guide, not social approval or fear of criticism. In his words, let your integrity be your guard, even in solitude. It's easy to appear virtuous when others are watching. Compliments and admiration can encourage us to act in ways that align with societal expectations. But what happens when there's no audience, no one to reward us for doing the right thing? Stoicism challenges us to maintain the same level of discipline and morality in private as we would in public. The weight of small choices. Private actions, returning a shopping cart, picking up litter, or choosing honesty over convenience, may seem trivial. But these moments carry immense weight because they are entirely unfiltered reflections of our values. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The smallest act, if done with integrity, has greater value than the grandest deed performed for recognition." For example, consider the choice to return excess change mistakenly given by a cashier. No one would know if you kept the extra money, but you would know. Stoicism teaches us that our sense of inner peace comes from acting in a way that honors our own principles, even when there's no external consequence for doing otherwise. Living for values, not validation. Stoics understood the danger of living for others' approval instead of living for the values we hold. Seeking validation can lead to a shallow existence where actions are dictated by the fear of judgment rather than the pursuit of virtue. The goal of a Stoic life is not applause, it is harmony between our actions and our ideals. When we practice honesty, kindness, and responsibility in solitude, we reinforce our character and free ourselves from the need for external validation. This form of freedom is deeply empowering, as it allows us to act authentically without the constraints of others' opinions. Practical ways to cultivate integrity in private. 1. Practice self-awareness. Take a moment to reflect on your private choices. Ask yourself, do my actions align with the values I claim to uphold? This question can guide you toward more intentional and ethical behavior. 2. Start small. Integrity doesn't require grand sacrifices. Begin with simple habits, like returning items to their proper place, keeping promises to yourself, or staying true to your word, even in minor matters. 3. Hold yourself accountable. You are your own witness. Keep track of your private actions and evaluate how they reflect your character. 4. Focus on inner peace. Remember that the reward for acting with integrity is not external praise, it's the sense of peace that comes from living according to your principles. The true test of character. How we act when no one is watching reveals the person we truly are, not the image we present to the world. While public actions may build reputation, private actions build character. Stoicism reminds us that the moments when no one is there to observe or reward us are the truest tests of our virtue. Next time you're faced with a decision in solitude, whether it's returning a shopping cart, being honest in a small situation, or doing the right thing when it's inconvenient, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be? Ultimately, integrity is not about proving anything to others, it's about living a life that aligns with your values. The quiet moments, though unnoticed by the world, are where our character is truly shaped. As Marcus Aurelius taught, do not waste time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Live for your values, even in solitude. That is the essence of Stoic wisdom. 5. How they handle power and privilege. Power is one of the greatest tests of character. Whether it's in the workplace, at home, or in society, how someone chooses to wield their influence reveals the values they hold. Stoicism teaches us that power should never be used for personal gain, manipulation, or to inflate one's ego. Instead, it is a responsibility, a tool to serve others and promote fairness and virtue. Consider the example of Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and a Stoic philosopher. Despite ruling one of the most powerful empires in history, he practiced humility and saw leadership not as a privilege, but as a duty to serve. Marcus Aurelius led with the belief that power should uplift and protect rather than oppress or exploit. He wrote in Meditations, "The fruit of this life is good character and acts for the common good." The humility of power. True strength lies in humility. A person who uses power to support and empower others demonstrates inner confidence and emotional maturity. This could be a manager who mentors their team, shares credit for successes, and listens to others' ideas, or a community leader who prioritizes the needs of the people over their personal ambitions. On the other hand, using power to dominate or control others reflects insecurity and a fragile ego. Stoics remind us that ego-driven actions create division and distrust, while humility builds connection and respect. A humble leader recognizes that their power is temporary and that their legacy is defined by the positive impact they leave behind, not the control they wielded. The ethical use of influence. How someone handles privilege is another critical marker of character. For instance, sharing confidential information responsibly shows respect and accountability. Abusing trust for personal benefit or to harm others reveals weakness, not strength. The Stoics believe that ethical leadership is grounded in justice. Power should be used to create fairness and protect the vulnerable, not to further one's self-interests. This principle applies to all levels of influence, from CEOs making decisions that affect employees' lives to individuals in daily situations, such as standing up for someone being treated unfairly. Practical Stoic practices for using power and privilege. Stoicism provides a framework for handling power with integrity and wisdom. Here are 3 key principles to guide our actions. 1. Remember your purpose. Always ask yourself, am I using this power to serve others and do good, or am I using it to serve myself? Reflecting on this question helps keep your intentions aligned with Stoic values. 2. Practice fairness. Treat everyone with equal respect and avoid favoritism. Power should be used to create opportunities and fairness, not perpetuate inequality. 3. Seek accountability. Recognize that power comes with responsibility. Surround yourself with people who challenge your decisions and hold you accountable for them. The ripple effect of power used well. When power is used ethically, its impact extends far beyond the individual wielding it. Ethical leaders inspire others to lead with fairness, humility, and compassion. They create trust and build a foundation for sustainable success, whether in a workplace, a community, or even a family. However, when power is abused, the harm can ripple outward just as strongly. Trust is broken, relationships are damaged, and the consequences can be far-reaching. That's why Stoicism emphasizes that power should always be tempered with wisdom and virtue. Living the Stoic way. Next time you find yourself in a position of influence, no matter how big or small, take a moment to reflect, how am I using this opportunity to contribute to the greater good? By approaching power with humility and a focus on service, you not only honor those you lead but also strengthen your own character. As Marcus Aurelius demonstrated, power is not about control, it's about responsibility. It is not a tool for self-promotion but a means to make a positive difference. And as we move through life, the way we handle power and privilege will always reveal the truest version of who we are. 6. How they act in relationships. The way someone behaves in their relationships, be it with a partner, family, friends, or colleagues, offers a deep insight into their character. Relationships are not sustained by occasional grand gestures but by consistent small acts that reflect care, trust, and understanding. Stoicism reminds us that how we treat those closest to us is a reflection of who we are. The power of small acts. It's easy to think that relationships thrive on big, dramatic moments of affection or support. But in reality, it's the small, everyday actions that matter most. Listening attentively when someone speaks, expressing genuine appreciation for what they do, and offering support without being asked, these are the building blocks of strong, meaningful bonds. For example, a simple "thank you" or a word of encouragement can go a long way in showing someone they are valued. Stoicism teaches us to approach relationships with mindfulness, being present and engaged in even the smallest interactions. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Kindness is invincible, as long as it's sincere." This sincerity is what makes small acts of kindness so powerful. They are genuine, not performed for recognition or applause. Staying calm in conflict. Disagreements are inevitable in any relationship. What truly matters is how we handle them. A person with emotional maturity approaches conflict with empathy and respect, focusing on understanding the other person rather than winning the argument. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of remaining calm and measured in the face of tension. When tempers flare, a Stoic pauses to reflect before responding. Instead of reacting with anger, they seek to understand the root of the disagreement and respond thoughtfully. Marcus Aurelius advised, "You always have the option of not having an opinion. Let things lie. You are not harmed by the actions of others if you choose not to feel harmed." This philosophy helps us avoid escalating conflicts unnecessarily. Imagine two people arguing, one shouting and blaming, the other calmly expressing their perspective and listening to the other's concerns. Which approach fosters resolution and trust? The ability to stay composed during disagreements reflects inner strength and a commitment to preserving the relationship. The foundation of time, trust, and fairness. Strong relationships are built on three fundamental pillars: time, trust, and fairness. Time. Investing time in a relationship shows that you value it. Whether it's setting aside an hour to talk or simply being present, giving time is a powerful way to strengthen bonds. Trust. Trust is earned through consistent honesty and reliability. Breaking trust can be difficult to repair, which is why Stoics stress the importance of aligning actions with words. Fairness. Treating others with fairness and equality ensures that relationships remain balanced. If one person constantly gives while the other only takes, the relationship becomes strained. Stoicism encourages us to nurture these pillars through our daily actions, rather than taking them for granted. Practical ways to apply Stoic principles in relationships. 1. Be fully present. When spending time with someone, give them your undivided attention. Put away distractions and focus on truly listening and understanding them. 2. Practice patience. Relationships require patience, especially during disagreements. Take a moment to breathe and reflect before reacting emotionally. 3. Show consistency. Small, consistent acts, like checking in, keeping promises, and expressing gratitude, go a long way in building trust and appreciation. 4. Seek understanding. Approach conflicts with a willingness to understand the other person's perspective. Instead of blaming, ask questions and listen without judgment. What relationships reveal about character? In the end, how we act in relationships speaks volumes about our values and priorities. Someone who listens, stays calm in conflict, and invests time and trust demonstrates emotional maturity and a strong sense of responsibility. Conversely, neglecting relationships or treating others unfairly reveals a lack of empathy and consideration. Stoicism teaches us that relationships are not about perfection, they are about intention and effort. By practicing kindness, patience, and fairness, we not only strengthen our bonds but also grow as individuals. After all, relationships are where our virtues come to life. As you reflect on your own actions in relationships, ask yourself, am I treating this person in a way that reflects the kind of character I wish to have? Through consistent effort and self-awareness, we can align our actions with the Stoic principles that build meaningful, lasting connections. 7. Personal growth through self-reflection. Self-reflection is a powerful tool for personal growth, allowing us to examine our actions, intentions, and values with honesty and clarity. Through observing behaviors in others and reflecting on our own, Stoicism teaches us how to align our private actions with public values, fostering a stronger sense of self-respect and emotional growth. Learning through observation. One way to deepen self-awareness is by observing the behaviors of others. How do they act in everyday situations? Do they demonstrate integrity, kindness, and patience, or are their actions marked by selfishness, impulsiveness, or disregard for others? The Stoics believe that these observations not only help us understand people better but also allow us to improve ourselves. Epictetus often advised his students to look for lessons in others' behaviors, whether good or bad. For example, observing someone react with grace under pressure might inspire us to cultivate calmness in our own life. Conversely, seeing someone act dishonestly could remind us to stay vigilant in our commitment to truth. The goal is not to judge others but to use their actions as mirrors, reflecting our own strengths and weaknesses. The importance of alignment. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the need for consistency between our private actions and public values. If we preach honesty but act deceitfully when no one is watching, or if we advocate kindness but mistreat those who depend on us, we create internal conflict. This misalignment erodes our self-respect and prevents personal growth. Living in alignment means that our values guide all of our decisions, whether they're made in public or private. It's not about perfection, it's about striving to ensure that our actions are authentic and represent the person we want to be. This consistency fosters inner peace and confidence, as we no longer feel the need to reconcile different aspects of ourselves. Reflection as a practice. Stoicism encourages regular reflection as a way to monitor and improve our behaviors. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "At the end of the day, ask yourself, what did I achieve? What did I fail at? What can I improve tomorrow?" This simple practice allows us to identify areas for growth while celebrating our progress. A good way to start is by setting aside a few minutes each evening for self-reflection. Ask yourself, did my actions today align with my values? How did I respond to challenges? Were there moments when I could have acted more thoughtfully or compassionately? These questions help us build self-awareness and encourage intentional living. The role of self-respect in growth. When we live in alignment with our principles, we earn self-respect. This respect isn't based on external validation, it comes from knowing that we are living authentically and honorably. Stoicism teaches that self-respect is foundational for personal growth. If we feel disconnected from our values or regret certain actions, self-reflection provides an opportunity to course-correct. Through this process, we learn to view mistakes as stepping stones toward improvement rather than reasons for self-criticism. Growth comes not from avoiding failure but from embracing it as part of the journey. Practical steps to apply self-reflection. 1. Observe without judgment. As you interact with others, note their behaviors without condemning or idealizing them. Use what you learn to evaluate your own habits and intentions. 2. Create a reflection ritual. Dedicate time each day to reflect on your actions. Write down what went well and where you could improve. 3. Set goals for tomorrow. Based on your reflections, identify 1 or 2 areas to focus on the next day. For instance, you might aim to react more calmly in stressful situations or show more gratitude to those around you. 4. Forgive yourself. Growth is a process. If you fall short of your expectations, acknowledge it, learn from it, and move forward without dwelling on guilt or regret. Living in alignment with Stoic values. Self-reflection is more than a tool, it's a way of life that leads to greater clarity and purpose. By observing others, reflecting on our actions, and striving for alignment between our private and public selves, we foster personal growth and build a sense of self-respect that is unshakable. Next time you face a moment of doubt or misalignment, take the Stoic approach, pause, reflect, and adjust. As Marcus Aurelius taught, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Through consistent reflection, we can live as the best version of ourselves. 8. Guiding the next generation. As parents, educators, or role models, we play a crucial role in shaping the future by instilling virtues that help children grow into compassionate, resilient, and ethical individuals. Stoic philosophy provides timeless principles that can guide us in this journey, emphasizing the importance of leading by example. Children learn more from what we do than from what we say. Respect, punctuality, and fairness are not merely concepts we can teach, they are behaviors we must embody. If we treat others with respect, honor commitments, and approach decisions with fairness, children will naturally adopt these values as their own. The Stoics understood this well, believing that teaching through action is far more impactful than words alone. Teaching respect through actions. Respect begins with how we treat others. When children see us speaking kindly to strangers, showing appreciation for service workers, or listening attentively to those around us, they learn that respect is universal, not reserved for those in positions of power. Epictetus reminded us, don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. The same applies to teaching respect. By modeling respect in our everyday interactions, children see the value in treating others with dignity. This foundational virtue allows them to build strong relationships and create harmony in their own communities as they grow. Punctuality as a virtue. Stoicism teaches us to value time, both our own and others. When children see us showing up on time, keeping our promises, and using time wisely, they internalize these habits as essential. Punctuality is not just about being on time, it's about honoring commitments and demonstrating reliability. When we take time seriously, we show children that time is precious and should be respected. Whether it's arriving punctually for school events, staying consistent with bedtime routines, or following through on promised activities, our actions communicate the importance of discipline and reliability. Instilling fairness and justice. Fairness is another critical pillar of Stoic philosophy, emphasizing the equal treatment of others and the pursuit of justice. Teaching fairness requires us to approach situations thoughtfully, ensuring that our decisions benefit everyone involved rather than favoring personal interests. Children learn fairness by observing how we handle disputes, share responsibilities, and make decisions. For instance, dividing household tasks equally or resolving sibling conflicts with impartiality sends a powerful message about the value of justice. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Just actions and selfless behavior define the quality of a man." By practicing fairness ourselves, we teach children to prioritize equity in their own interactions. Building resilience through Stoic principles. Resilience is a skill that children can develop by observing how we approach challenges. Stoicism encourages us to confront difficulties calmly and constructively, seeing them as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles. When children witness us handling setbacks with patience and perspective, they learn how to face their own challenges with courage. It's important to share lessons from our experiences, not in a way that overwhelms them, but in a way that inspires them. Explaining how we managed a tough situation or adapted to unexpected change helps children understand that resilience is built through effort and reflection. Encouraging self-reflection. The Stoics believed in the power of self-reflection to nurture virtues. We can introduce children to this practice by encouraging them to think about their actions, choices, and feelings. Simple questions like, "What did you learn today?" or "How did you help someone today?" prompt them to reflect on their growth and align their actions with their values. Self-reflection helps children become more self-aware and intentional, allowing them to approach life thoughtfully and ethically. Creating a lasting legacy. Guiding the next generation is about more than teaching life skills, it's about shaping their character. By embodying respect, punctuality, fairness, resilience, and self-reflection, we provide children with a strong moral foundation to navigate the world confidently. As Marcus Aurelius wisely advised, the fruit of this life is a good character and acts for the common good. By living according to Stoic principles, we prepare the next generation to create a better future, not through words, but through actions that inspire and endure. Conclusion. The principles of Stoicism guide us to look deeper, not just at the world around us, but within ourselves. Whether it's how we treat others, handle adversity, wield power, nurture relationships, or align our actions with our values, every choice we make contributes to the person we are becoming. These teachings remind us that character is not built overnight. It's forged through the quiet, everyday moments when we choose kindness over indifference, patience over frustration, and integrity over convenience. True strength lies not in external accomplishments but in living consistently with the virtues we hold dear. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's most celebrated Stoic philosophers, once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This profound message challenges us to take responsibility for our actions, to embody the values we wish to see in the world, and to inspire others through example. As we move through life, we are faced with countless opportunities to practice humility, wisdom, justice, and courage. While we may falter at times, Stoicism teaches us to reflect, learn, and grow, not only for ourselves but for those we impact through our choices. Let these timeless principles serve as a foundation for a meaningful life. Start small, stay intentional, and never stop striving toward greater alignment between your private actions and public values. By living in harmony with Stoic virtues, we not only improve ourselves but also contribute to a more thoughtful and compassionate world. The journey of self-improvement is ongoing, but with each step forward, we become stronger, wiser, and more equipped to handle whatever life brings our way. Let the wisdom of Stoicism guide you, today and always. Thank you for taking the time to watch and explore the principles of Stoicism with us today. Your support and engagement mean the world, as we continue to share timeless wisdom and practical insights to help navigate life's challenges. If you found this content valuable, let's keep spreading the word. Don't forget to hit the like button, share this video with your friends and family, and click subscribe to stay connected with Stoic Share.